love her more and more. I just love her more and more.
As far as I'm concerned, music is music. I don't look at it as rock, R&B, all that kind of stuff. I just look at it as music, you know. But I feel sorry for anybody who only listens to one form of music.
Unsigned, you're listening to the Freeza Block Show. Local, milehigh.underground.com. Unsigned, local artists, unsigned artists. Music you may have never heard before. Music you'll want to hear again. All right here on the Freeza Block Show.
Welcome in again. A great addition to the Mile High Underground, the Freeza Block Show. We have Matt and Michael from Strange Americans in the building. They're here to promote their new music and great shows that they have coming up, man. Awesome, good stuff, man. Say hi, guys, man. How you doing? Matt, Michael, good stuff, man.
Hello.
Thank you so much again for coming on in, man. Promoting your stuff. We saw you just a few weeks ago over there at Levitt Pavilion, man.
Yeah, that's
Had
right.
an awesome time. How do you guys like that place, man?
It's amazing.
Have you been there before? Or?
We played there last year when they were getting it going, and the weather was terrible.
Oh, that's right.
And so we were decked out in hoodies and jackets, and it was raining like crazy, and had a great time.
You're lucky you didn't get electrocuted. I remember that weekend. It was real. It was almost like bitter cold.
Yeah,
even.
it was very cold.
Yeah, it was like the first cold day of the season.
But you guys turned it right on around and got an early summer beautiful gig. It was a beautiful night, little breeze blowing, and you guys killed it that night. It was really great show, man.
Thanks.
Yes, no doubt, man. Matt and Michael from Strange Americans. Make sure to give those guys a thumb and a like in on their Facebook page. It'll take you right to their website, and also to the site where you guys can get the music.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
Yeah, and no doubt you guys are here to promote your brand new CD. When did you guys release this thing?
That's actually that was last July.
Yeah.
Yeah, so almost a year ago.
Oh, so let's take back the brand.
Newest.
You guys have been doing a lot of touring around and all that kind of stuff. Though I noticed that I'm on the Facebook page and the Instagram and all that stuff. So I always see where you guys travel to, and you guys are a real well-rounded, well-traveled style band. You guys do a lot more outside of the box than a lot of bands that are here.
Sure. Yeah, we early on sort of got a following in the Midwest, based around Chicago, and so we kind of built that up, and we routinely return to that area. And recently, we went to a bunch of smaller towns in Wisconsin and had a great time playing. Not necessarily like the Levitt, well, kind of the Levitt equivalent, in these little towns where you're at a band shell and you're out on a nice evening on a lawn. With a bunch of folks for a free show. So we had a great time doing that. That was in June. And then we're about to head out and do another run kind of like that, starting right after the Underground Music Showcase next week. We're going to hit the road for about 8 shows.
Wow. See, there you go, man. You guys definitely, aren't afraid to getting out there and doing it, man. And that's cool that you guys have this following, not only here in the Mile High, but along in the Midwest there, in Chicago and, like you said, Wisconsin and, Waukegan, they love you up there, I'm sure.
Yeah. Manitowoc.
There we go. Hey, for the Strange American fans who don't remember or just want to be reminded, that bell is for a shot or a hit, or when we make a good point. It doesn't necessarily have to be alcohol or weed, but just a little bit of something that'll get you through this interview and life. You owe us too, so there we go. Strange Americans in the building. It's Matt and Michael, and they're here to promote their new CD, or their CD, newest, this is their latest CD, and also the show that they're doing at the UMS. Do you guys know when and where you guys are going to be performing?
Yeah, we do know. We're going to be at the main stage on Saturday. That's July 28th at 2:20 20 p.m. Yeah.
Shouts out to being on the main stage, man. And you know what's cool about it is, especially early in the afternoon like that, it's really chill, man. It's really super nice. But there's usually a lot of people there, so that's the best part about being in that main stage, man.
Yeah, it should be fun.
No doubt about it, man. Thanks again for showing on up, man. It's Strange Americans in the building, man. Matt and Michael, and go ahead, for the folks who aren't really familiar with Strange Americans, go ahead and tell each of us what you guys do with the band.
Yeah, so this is Matt. I write songs along with Trent Nelson and bring them to the band, and we all arrange them, and then I also sing and play guitar.
This is Michael. I play drums in the band. At times I'll help arrange stuff, but mostly just the drums.
There you go. And of course, you guys want to tell everybody about some of the guys that just couldn't make it in today. And, just let's give some quick shouts out to all those guys real quick.
Yeah, we got Trent Nelson on lead guitar and songwriter and vocalist. And
he's also an expert in chicken wings.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
We should plug his Instagram.
So Trent Nelson, as long as I've known him, which has been about 14 years now, he's always loved chicken wings. And no matter, lowbrow, highbrow, chicken wings from 7-Eleven, chicken wings from, the Broker restaurant downtown Denver, he's into every chicken wing. And what he does is he Garfields each chicken wing. So what that means is he puts the whole thing in his mouth and he just pulls out the bone.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it. That is the only way to do it.
That's right. He's got a great Instagram feed called The Wing Wizard on Instagram. The Wing Wizard. That's our buddy Trent Nelson. He's really building a following.
And what does he do with the band as well?
He plays guitar.
There we go,
he sings as well and writes some songs.
There we go, man.
And then we've also got Murray Mercier, who's our keyboard wizard, and he's also a vocalist. And then we've got Trevor Sinnert, who's our bass player, and he's occasionally a vocalist. And Michael shouldn't sell himself short here. He is occasionally a vocalist as well.
All right, man. Good stuff. Is that fun? Like trying to, keep time and and sing at the same time? Gotta be difficult.
The singing and keeping time is actually the lesser of two evils in that case. I'm not so great at keeping a tune, so I've really worked hard on making sure that I sing the right note at the right time. But I think it's okay. I mean, I'm not nearly as good as these excellent vocalists in the band, but I think there's a little bit of charm and some sour notes here and there.
Do you guys spend a lot of time harmonizing and doing that? Kind of like when you're traveling and on the road, perhaps,
Yeah, we're not like one of those bands that's always singing in the van, but we do try, that's been part of our sound since day one, trying to get at least two people singing it, and if not a lot more. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, man. Once you guys get everybody going, man, it's really kick ass, man. I'm sure.
Yeah,
it's always funner than it always. I don't know. It seems like it's really fun. Like you guys have a really good time up on stage, aside from just having to grind out. I mean, I'm sure every once in a while you come across a show or something where there's hardly anybody there, and but it feels good to do the music, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
I mean, it doesn't really matter who's there. I mean, I guess you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think we've been doing it for a while, and we've gotten out in a van for long enough now that we're ready for anything when we roll into a town, So when you roll in and it's a really nice night, it's a great surprise,
I'm under the impression you guys are still driving. You guys don't. I mean, who.
Yep.
It's not like you go.
Oh hell yeah, we drive ourselves. Hell yeah.
Yep.
You don't need a driver
for that, Steve. Who do you think we is?
We drive the same van we've had for a long time. Yeah.
You're right. We have Strange Americans in the studio, and that was kind of a silly question.
No, that's fine.
But you never know, man. You could be doing enough to where you guys are getting your stuff on the jet, at least the instruments, right, and meet you there. So
yeah, we've done a few gigs where we'll fly to the gig, but really that's financially unstable, so we don't do it more than once in a while.
I hear you, man. I hear you, man. That's really good stuff. It is Strange Americans in the studio, and I'm doing my best to try to There we go. Oh, I can find it. I'm trying to find the music you guys just gave me, man, by the way. So yeah, it's all good, man. You know what? We're gonna go while I'm doing that, we're gonna go to an older tune. You guys have how many let the folks know how many bands you got or how many albums or releases you guys have out. And we'll go back to the one from the first one, I suppose.
Yes, we've got 3 full-length albums and a 7-inch record.
It's a record. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, you know, sometimes I could go there. It's really funny. It is Strange Americans on the Freeza Block show, man. We're so excited. Here we go. This is
What is Shakes? There's a song called Dirty Shakes.
there we go. Mile High Underground, Strange Americans.
Lit up in the evening, sitting all alone. The barrel of smoke about to come undone. The city is a lonely world. The simple creation's gonna feed my soul. Hang on tight, girl, this is rock and roll. We'll hook it and you'll grab a hold. About to free my mind, set you on false line, or something you can leave behind. Breaking roof from a force of flow, unbearable weight, might lose control. Pick up where we were before. All feed my soul. I figured you out if you made a pro. It's nothing I ain't seen before. Lit up in the evening, sitting all alone. A barrel of smoke about to come undone. The city is a lonely one.
Okay, watch what happens when I show to that screen.
Matt and Michael from Strange Americans in the building. Thank you guys again for showing up. Hey, check them out. They're going to be at the Underground Music Showcase. Where and when again?
Saturday, 2:20 p.m. at the main stage.
That's 2:20 in the afternoon, folks. So make sure you're out there. It's going to be really hot. What was one of the hottest concerts or shows have you guys done that you might have done outdoors, where you guys were like, oh my God.
Rings a bell, but we also have done some hotter ones too.
Anytime we jump in the van in like July, August, and we head to the Midwest, that gets us. It's humid. We're not used to that. And then, however, this summer we've had some really hot shows. Some hot
Very
shows.
hot.
Yeah, they've been smoking. But there was a brew fest we played in Louisville, right up the road here. And and the way the sun was coming in the time of the day had no coverage from the sun. And we were
you
playing
guys
like almost a couple hours, and it was just pretty brutal.
Yeah, speaking of brutal, that folks don't know, they can't see. It's probably about, I don't know, probably 89, 90 degrees in this room here. So they're sweating it right on out with me here on the Freeza Block show. It's supposed to be chilled in here, but apparently we're working on that AC, though. It's getting there. It's getting there. Matt and Michael from Strange Americans, make sure to check them out. They're going to be on the main stage at the UMS Saturday at 2:20, one of the starting shows. Make sure you get there, man. It's really going to be a great show, man. They do all kinds of stuff, and it's Strange Americans, man. I mean, what else can you say about them, man? You guys do a lot more pedal steel and work like that, or are you kind of,
we had
incorporating more or less?
We have a very good friend of ours, Jeff Rady, who you just heard on that last track, and he played pedal steel on that album, as well as on the 7-inch. And actually, he's played on most of our records except for the last one. And we still play with him and hang out with him. He's a Swallow Hill guy, just like Michael here and Trent. And so
tell us a little bit about what that means, Swallow Hill guy,
Yeah, Swallow Hill is a nonprofit music school in South Denver. It's a physical location, but we also do education and programming in the community, as well as concerts. The Denver Botanic Gardens concerts are concerts that are produced by Swallow Hill.
Awesome. And, to be a part of that or associated with that, it kind of, to me, means that you guys are a little bit philanthropic. You guys like to really give back more to the community. It's not just about playing your music and, picking up a tab, whatever. It's community oriented, right? Do you guys try to, bring a little bit more to it than what,
Yeah, absolutely. So in terms of Trent Nelson at Swallow Hill, he's done some outreach classes where he'll, go to a middle school in Denver and teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays, for an entire semester. He's done that for a while. We, as a group, we've also done some stuff with Children's Museum. It's just part of what we feel like is
Children's Hospital.
What did I say?
Children's Museum. Children's Hospital.
Children's Hospital. Thanks. Yeah, it's just like part of being in the music community, and is how we see it.
Well, that's good, man. And, I really appreciate that. And I think folks at home, can appreciate that, Strange Americans, they're not only a band that plays music, but they give back to the community as well, man. And good stuff, man. And also, Michael, we were kind of like looking at your little meme. You had a meme that you were throwing me there, and something about. Go ahead and tell the folks what it was, because I think it kind of rings true with some folks. Maybe not. Maybe so.
Let's see if I can just show it to the camera.
Indeed.
Okay. So this meme, I'll describe it for you. Golly, you're really putting me on the spot, Steve.
That's all good.
Verizon.
That's why I'm here, baby. That's what we
man.
do. And by the way, shouts out to you guys, man, what you do, the music, all that stuff, man. I really love the fact that you guys just keep doing it, man. And it doesn't matter, and you guys are taking shows all over the place, and not just here in Colorado. You really are stepping it up to try to make it on a national front there. Let's see, hold it still and see if we can just if it'll focus in. I don't think it's going to focus in, but nope, it's not focusing. But what on the one side says what?
Okay. This is awesome that we're spending our interview time doing this, but
I love it.
All right. So on the left side, it's a big book. And the caption is my knowledge of guitars and effects. And on the other side is a tiny book that's and the caption is my knowledge of music theory. The idea is that guitarists, Trent, Matt, Jeff Rady,
You're throwing it right
you
on out
know
there.
more about the guitars and the effects than you actually do about music. That's the joke. Of course, that's not true. These guys are well schooled in the art of music theory.
That's exactly why I wanted you to bring that up. I wanted to talk a little bit about the seriousness, the schooling, and all of the knowledge that goes behind Strange Americans that you guys just aren't. I guess another bar band that plays Leonard Skinner songs. Do you know what I'm saying? And just if you could break that down a little bit for us, then we'll go into another song off the latest.
I think my best answer to that is that when we're in the van and you look around all the guys in the van, every one of us has our own story and commitment to like essentially trying to make a life in music. And whether that's like Trevor, our bass player who played the flute when he was 5 or whatever, and he hates when we mention that publicly. But
Trevor plays the flute.
Yeah.
But or Trevor has this knowledge of classic rock and Grateful Dead and this wealth of knowledge that he and Trent will talk about. And Trent was a kid who studied guitar from a very young age and just kind of committed to it. And then now you kind of see him in the last 5-10 years ending up at Swallow Hill in town here teaching and playing with a number of acts. Or Michael, who's a real student of the craft, playing with a bunch of acts and always studying his instrument and music. And Murray too. Murray studying keyboard and playing in a bunch of acts as well. And then myself, I actually did study music theory formally in college and in grad school. So I sort of disagree with that meme from me. But I think we've all sort of done our best to put some real elbow grease into that kind of stuff and do the music thing.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. That's what I love about you guys, man. You're very serious, but 80-20, right?
Yeah.
80-20. We're going to go into a song called No Punches. First song off of Borrow You, Brother, Strange Americans, latest CD right here at milehighunderground.com. Freeza Block Show. Matt and Michael in the building. Strange Americans.
Tried to turn you down, but I couldn't resist. Cause the Joneses, they got everything. And it's all collecting dust. You rode into the wrong town at the wrong time. I don't know how, but you throw all your stuff down in the road. Why don't we give it till the end of summer? If nothing's doing, we'll reevaluate the importance of the grid. Think you should leave, think that'd be best. Don't need you or your machines in here. What's a big idea? Could go statewide. You rode into the wrong town, the wrong town. I don't know how, but you throw all your stuff down in the road. You rode into the wrong town, the wrong town. I don't know how, but you throw all your things down in the road. Your stuff, no punches. throw all your stuff down the road. You go into the wrong town, the wrong time. I don't know how, but you throw all your things down the road. The stuff no bunches.
Great stuff, Matt and Michael from Strange Americans. You can check them out at the UMS 2 weeks from now, Saturday at 2:20 on the main stage, man. And hey, who else? I mean, come on, main stage. It's kick ass, man. Yeah. How did you guys kind of get to that? I mean, did they pick you to just say, hey, you know, I mean, is that process even up to you guys at all or not?
It's not really up to us, but I think the gift basket helped a lot.
There you go, man. You got to butter them up, man, to get what you want, man.
But seriously, we've been playing the UMS for a long time. Last year,
6 years, maybe, right?
Yeah, probably at least. And so, you know, we've just been trying to keep at it, and we really like the folks who run the UMS, and so we're grateful they put us there.
A lot of good people down there, man. No doubt about it, man. We're excited to be there. It's going to be the UMS Saturday, 2:20. Make sure you're there a little bit early, man, and check them out on the main stage. It's Strange Americans. It's Matt and Michael. Again, give them a thumbing and a liking on their Facebook page. Go to their website, get the music, and give these guys some love. They certainly deserve it. This one is called Borrow You Brother. Tell us a little bit about how everybody or you or somebody came up with the name for this and what it might mean.
Sure, yeah. So a lot of the themes on the record and a lot of the lyrics that I write for the band have to do with sort of American economics and stuff that's been happening that I see, you know, becoming an adult around quote unquote adult around early 2000s, and sort of living through that. And so a lot of the themes that come out are how are you making it as a middle class person in this country, in different communities, and the borrow you thing was a reference to debt, and then the brother is this reference to community and kind of this thing like, hey, we're borrowing a bunch of money, we're trying to get ahead. And that's kind of isolating.
And we're slipping behind by borrowing. So we're climbing up a muddy hill, and we keep getting avalanched.
Yeah, so it's kind of this like weird balance of trying to get ahead, but also being a part of a community, all wrapped into one thing in the record.
A lot of stuff like that, man. You know, we talk a lot about people who have, you know, the 9-to-5 jobs. They hate it because, you know, that's their prison of luxury, man. You know, they're imprisoned by the luxury that they have. If everybody quit their jobs, you know, that would certainly show the 1% who's really in charge. But we're just a little bit afraid to lose our jobs and to lose our luxury and our prisons of luxury, what I like to call it, man. You know, we exchange our time for pieces of paper, and that's the bottom line, man. And I know that's exactly what you're trying to talk about here, what you're trying to get to with Borrow You Brother.
There's this songwriter who I really like called Joe Pug, and he's got this line on one of his more recent records that says we chase our paychecks and call them dreams.
There you go.
I think that's kind of it.
No doubt about it. It's Strange Americans in the building. Well, you know, talking about that kind of stuff, is there a certain song on this CD aside from the one that we just played that kind of, you know, I'm sure they all kind of reference towards it, but one that's a little bit more, you know, really kind of brings it out to
lyrically? I mean, you could go to the next track, Big Black Car. That lyrically, I think, touches right on what we're just talking about.
There you go. It is Big Black Car. It's Strange Americans. Matt and Michael in the building. Make sure to check them out at the UMS Saturday at 2:20 on the 27th, I think it is. 28. All right. Strange Americans, Big Black Car.
borrowed your big black car. Don't worry about it now, don't worry about it later. Manage your look, your surface level smirk, and end up against the bar. It's cold on the streets, getting colder on the street. Carried on your back, you live like no one. Unsaid, it's broken, you're busted, it's broken. Borrowed your light, think I could steal your style. Don't worry about it now, but worry about it later. I think I might be set on jeans for a while. Man, it feels pretty good. It gets cold on the street, man, it gets cold. Carried on your back, you live like no one. Unsaid, it's broken, you're busted, it's broken. You can talk about all the ladies with your king size Mercedes.
Love that audio effect at the end. Really cool stuff, man. We have Strange Americans in the studio. It's Matt and Michael. They're going to be main stage at 220 on the 28th. That's right, at the UMS. That's Underground Music Showcase. Get your tickets now. It's going to be a great, great event. It always is. There's thousands of bands, it seems like.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a weekend pass, you can use the promo code STRANGE. I believe it's all capital letters, STRANGE, and that'll get you $25 off your weekend pass.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Good stuff, man. All right, man. Way to kick it in, Michael. We were talking a little bit, off the or during the song about, I said, you guys like talking about that kind of stuff, debt, slavery, and that type of thing, man. And you kind of started, and I said, well, let's hold it for. So let's talk about
Sure,
it.
yeah. I was just reflecting that when Strange Americans plays a live show, a lot of times we get, comments like, hey, guys, you're a really tight band. You're an energetic band. And I think those are all true, and we take pride in that. We take pride in, playing notes together and, like, really getting on stage and selling our music. But what we don't get to talk about a lot is the lyrical content. And this recent record meant a lot to me because for me, it's kind of about coming into adulthood in a capitalist society and trying to figure out really what you value and who you are in that system. And I think a lot of my musician peers, we're all smart people, we're capable. We can sit at a computer and crank out Excel spreadsheets and, climb up in a company. And when some of my non-artist peers, or just my peers that have different values, I see them like doing really well at that. It really kind of makes me question my own identity. Like, should I drop some of this music stuff and start making money? I could do that. So it's kind of like, in a way, this reassurance that what I value and the path that I'm taking is worthwhile. And it's also okay to feel pretty strange about that in our society, and particularly in Denver, that is a city that's changing so quickly, and it's becoming harder and harder to be an artist here.
I mean, do you get, that validity from, playing the shows, and just, sometimes you have to, like you were saying, you need to be reassured, am I really doing the right thing? And I guess, like you said, there's probably some give and take with every member of the band, because, you guys aren't zillionaires, and
no, we're not. But we're not even thousandaires.
See, that's what I'm saying. And so sometimes there you go. And
I think I was just gonna butt in and say, I think there's highs and lows. I mean, we get really amazing opportunities that sometimes feel like it falls in our lap. Sometimes it feels like it's based on hard work. We get these awesome opportunities to play Red Rocks or Levitt Pavilion, or to play to a packed room at High Dive for people that are really excited.
I was at that show.
Yeah, that was that was a fun time. And then there's lows where you either have a bad night on stage, or it doesn't sound quite right, and you're not connecting with an audience, or there's nobody there, or the van is about to break down after a 12-hour drive home. And it's just kind of like being in a band at our level, I feel like, is kind of like polarized experiences. It's either awesome and incredible, or it's like horrible.
Can you validate that, Matt?
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, especially when you're traveling. Yeah. I mean, the lows can be really low and the highs can be really high. I think what you were saying earlier, though, for me, when I'm singing things that I've really lived in and believed in, and written sort of my take on it, that's really cathartic and authentic in a way that no matter what's going on, that performance by and large feels great.
There you go.
Almost every time.
And sometimes it might even come down. I mean, I'm not in your shoes, but it might even come down to just that one guy that is just like overwhelmed. He wants to get your CDs and he wants to get your music because he's been like, so turned on by it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
no
absolutely.
doubt. Indeed. It's Strange Americans, Matt and Michael. Their CD, Borrow You Brother. Make sure to check it out. Go to their website also. It is strangeamericansmusic.com, and you can go ahead and purchase the CD right there. They get you guys can get the MP3 downloads and all that good stuff, man. So, and also, they got the Facebook page. Give them a thumbing and a liking, because they're a couple of really cool dudes, and the rest of the band is cool too. By the way, is it Strange Americans? I'm gonna I'll let you pick the next one too. I was gonna pick the next one, but I'll let you guys do it. So
You could pick one.
all right, man. I was just gonna go
roll
down
the dice.
to the song called "Till You're Told," kind of a little bit along, I would guess, the same lines of what we were talking about, right?
Yeah, it's definitely got social commentary.
There you go, man. Socially conscious.
Check out this
music.
drum intro, by the way.
There we go, man. Again, it's Matt and Michael, Strange Americans. They will be on the main stage Saturday on the 28th at 2:20 at the Underground Music Showcase. This song is called "Till You're Told." It is Strange Americans.
jeans, yeah, we never touch the teeth. Think it'd be easier if you could just feed me. We're headed out, we won't see you. Not till we're told, not till we need you. Not sure I like your look, the same and everything. I eat a London hood. It ain't the first time you didn't like the band. It ain't the last time we won't understand. Take all your friends and go out tonight. Don't like anything, don't like anything. Tell your friends to go out tonight. We don't like anything, don't like anything. Everyone's gonna find out. 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 Everyone's gonna find out.
Strange Americans, Matt and Michael in the building. Man, they are really good stuff, man. It is a Strange Americans. Again, make sure to give them a thumb and a liking on the Facebook. Go to Strange Americans Music. That's one word, strangeamericans music.com. You could find out what all they're doing, all the good stuff. They've got a merchandise page. You can get to their T-shirts and all their good stuff that they have there, music, everything else. They're going to be at the main stage on the 28th at 2:20 in the afternoon at the UMS, and then they're going on a tour, man. Rockford, Milwaukee, Appleton. This one that we was talking about a little bit during the song, Mile of Music, man. It was that was really cool, man. If you could talk to us again about it, it was really kick-ass.
Sure, yeah. So Mile of Music is a music festival. It's a 4-day music festival in the town of Appleton, Wisconsin. I think it was started by Corey Chisel, who's a famous musician. That and the music festival itself is free and open to the public. all weekend long. So
it's a
people
party.
So yeah, it's a party. They come ready to spend money on booze and merch as well. Super supportive of local, or I should say just like lower level bands, kind of like our
unsigned bands.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
definitely
Underground.
original music. Like you sign a contract that says we play only original music at this festival.
Yeah. And I was just reflecting that that's really helped us build a following in the Midwest and Wisconsin specifically. People have come to other Wisconsin shows based on having seen us at Mile of Music. So it's been great for us.
There you go, man. And it's all about the exposure and getting your brand out there, and the people like it, man. And you know what? You got to keep going with it since the people like it. You're going to end it up here on, you're going to go to Fort Collins, Avon, and then Durango for the San Juan Brew Fest. That one sounds good. You're going to close it on out at the end of August. And you were telling us that you guys are also going to be playing with the Yoppers out there.
Yeah, they're on that festival too. We look forward to hanging with them.
Yeah, man. And that sounds cool, man. San Juan Brew Fest. Anytime there's a brew and a fest,
and music, you're just
that's it, man.
Love it.
Good stuff, man. It is Matt and Michael from Strange Americans. Again, make sure to go to the UMS and check them out. They'll be on the main stage Saturday at 2:20, right in the middle of everything, man. Good stuff. Tell us a little bit about your artwork, who put it together for you, and your whole CD package. It's pretty kick-ass.
Sure. Yeah, thanks. So Dylan Fowler is the artist on this, and he's a great guy, and he did awesome work for us when we were putting this out. And yeah, we went to him with the concept that we were talking about earlier, kind of about making it in an American economy. And sort of the middle class or the average person. And we came up with this concept, and he really did a nice job with it.
Yeah, it looks really cool, man. And I like the concept, the conceptual idea where a guy in a three-piece suit who's obviously working pretty hard gets to sit down and instead of maybe doing something about his life, he's watching TV.
Yeah. And he's got no belongings, if you notice. Yeah. Well, you picked up on that right away. That's cool.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, I'm into it. Strange Americans, Matt and Michael. Again, man, make sure to check them out on the Facebook page. Check them out on their website. That is strangeamericans.music.com, and you can get to all of the good stuff there, dates and everything else, man. You guys ever get to the point where you got some groupies coming, following you around like in a little microbus or anything like that?
We like to call them fans.
Yeah, there you go.
But we've got fans that'll come see us when we play Fort Collins. We've got fans that'll come see us when we play shows in Wisconsin. We've got fans, really just our parents actually here in Denver.
There we go.
But yeah, I mean, it's fun to see familiar faces, and it's fun to see people singing along in the crowd. It's fun to interact with these folks kind of on a musical level. They'll come up to you after the show and they'll say like, hey, I noticed you extended that section, or hey, that song sounded a little more aggressive than I heard it last time. And those are exciting conversations because it validates.
Those are your true fans right there. And you
Yeah.
know what? And that's the thing I've noticed about you guys is that you have a big following, man. At least here in Colorado,
We
the
do have a
shows
lot
that
of
I've
parents.
seen. You come on, man. They're fans, man. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, other than your folks that are coming out, man. Every time I've been to see you guys, you've had a more than average size crowd, man. So big shouts out for all that, man. That just means you guys are, the hard work is starting to pay off. More and more people are starting to really appreciate what you do. Just like me, I try to catch you when I can, and Elite, you're on the radar. Strange Americans. We know who and what the hell you guys are. Man.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Appreciate
dude.
it. Thank you.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. We're gonna close it one more time. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. You guys want to flip a coin on a couple songs, or you just want to pick one that you want the folks to hear?
I was going to say either 52 to Ohio or Some Punches. You choose, Matt.
Let's do 52 to Ohio.
All right, man. It's Strange Americans, Matt and Michael. Make sure again to check them out on the UMS main stage Saturday 2:20 at the 28th, and they're not going to be the only ones there, man. It's a whole weekend full of great times and awesome music. But right now we're focusing on Strange Americans. Again, Matt and Michael, thank you guys so much. This song is called 52 to Ohio, right here, milehighunderground.com, the Freeza Block Show.
Thanks, Steve.
Hear my thoughts pulling down, checking out the room, catching my phone. You in mine with yellow lines, driving that road like the stars are gonna fall. Burning road, tears like cloth, skipping through the fog, answering the night. Sweat my thoughts like a fountain goes. 52 miles of Ohio, looking past the always bridge, we're holding on to notice we were wrong. Maybe we'll go on, looking past the exit, we were old enough to know it all along. Maybe we'll go on, right all we know. Oh, the end, send the light, taking these turns like a wreck against the wall. You in mine, yellow lines, driving that road like the stars don't fall.
52 to Ohio, Strange Americans from the Borrow You Brother CD. And again, make sure to check these guys out, the UMS. They'll be there at 2:30, I believe it is, right?
2:20.
2:20, Saturday the 28th. Main stage, underground music showcase, and especially well-deserved, man. You guys really kick ass. I love having you guys in, man. You're so cool and nice, man. And you guys play great music. And I love, that last song, man. I like how you break down the harmonies, man. Yeah. It's really, really cool, man.
Thank you.
We did talk a little bit about that, so I was excited, man. Excited. Well, you know what, guys? We have seriously melted it right on down to zero. There's a few minutes left. We're going to go ahead and play one more song. And what was that called?
It's called Some Punches.
Yeah, Some Punches. That's it. It's there it is. You guys got a couple of punch songs on there.
That's right.
You almost confused me there, man. And if you go to strangeamericansmusic.com, all one word, you too can get the same music and enjoy it on your very own. Give these guys some love at the same time, man. Again, Matt and Michael, thank you guys so much for coming on in, man. Really do appreciate it. Again, folks, make sure to check them out at the UMS Saturday 2:20 at the main stage. UMS is an excellent event. It's going to be most fantastic, man. Again, thank you guys so much. And man,
Thank
we're
you,
going to be listening to this song and saying goodbyes, man. Make sure to check me out next week. I'm going to be here with the Dry Ice Band. So check that on out. Cool. Bunch of young kids, man. So it's going to be cool. Again, Strange Americans, thank you guys so much, Matt and Michael. MileHighAndGround.com.
Running out on empty, you know, you get there soon. The bells on and smiling, sort of pushing through. Something, but you don't know what you're gunning for heights. Think you get that corner office, you stay in line. Singing your praises down the stairs, so you got what it takes. You'll end up with all the dough. People say 'cause you're tough. No one called us out when we were kids, but our game's to an end. You're ahead of the next guy, the one who was your friend.
Thank you.